Hello everyone, welcome back to another week of You Like That Podcast. You're joined with me, my name is Adam and I'm one half of You Like That Podcast.
My name is Jack, I'm the other half of the You Like That Podcast.
That's right, welcome back to another week guys. Another step into, we're almost back at the cinemas. Next week will be our triumphant return to the glorious overpriced, dirty seated cinemas.
I know it makes no sense at all, but Cinemas should just do free movies for the first one back. I know they need to recoup
there's some losses.
8 months of hideous losses. But,
Yeah, at least for us though.
Just for us personally.
Yeah, we
Only
shout
us.
all the time. But yeah, next week hopefully should be our Shang-Chi episode.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited for that. But this week we're here to talk about a new movie, a straight-to streaming DVD, not theatrical, just straight online release. The follow-on to the cult classic hit VHS. We're looking at VHS 94 today. Most people in the online horror business will probably recognize the name VHS as there was a trilogy of movies consisting of hand footage of short horror movies put together.
It's an anthology series.
Yeah. Shorter anthology. Really weird. It's just that standard online following type movie. This is the reboot, basically, that we'll get into. But we'll jump into some news to start us off. Some questions at the end.
We will jump into some questions.
Yeah.
Just not yet.
Yeah, it's I'm not lying to you. There will be questions by the end of it. All right. First bit of news for the week. Paranormal Activity Next of Kin trailer released.
Speaking of reboots.
October 29th, new Paranormal Activity streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Okay. I didn't know that bit because I didn't watch the trailer because I don't care.
I also did not watch the whole trailer.
Fucking love the first one with all of my heart. Still creeps me out to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? Like, why did they do what they did? The first one was so perfect just by itself, and now...
How they made as many as they did.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Like, that ball just kept rolling and everyone was just eating it up going, yeah.
Yeah,
We don't like them, but yeah, keep going.
I saw the second one in theaters, but don't remember it, and then didn't watch any of the
I
ones.
can't remember. I don't remember which one I stopped at. I stopped at either 4
there was
or
5.
5.
Yeah, there was 5, right?
I think there was 6.
Oh my god.
I think it was 6, and this is the 7th.
That's crazy.
Don't quote us on that, but I think that's where it's at.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, this is the new one taking place in an Amish community where there is... demons, obviously. I don't need to tell you the whole...
It'd be hard to set up cameras there, isn't it?
I know. A bit of a whack one for you, but it's your standard Paranormal Activity bullshit. It's gonna be a
build
thing.
it out of sticks or something, are they? They're the Amish, they're not going to hear us. Just say whatever we like.
Yeah, definitely. I might check it out. Maybe.
I'm not.
I don't blame you if you don't. We're not going to do it. It's not going to be an episode.
God, no.
But I just kind of want to see where it goes.
There'll be more things out.
Yep. Like other things, like the new Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City trailer.
Speaking of dog shit.
So, a new Resident Evil movie that is coming out that I thought was a TV series that we were getting.
I also thought it was a TV series. Apparently, we're also getting a TV series.
Yeah. This is also just a movie.
Just another movie.
This is a movie that looks like it's a fan-made movie.
It looks, extremely fan-made. It's sort of mashing the first 2 games together. The lead character is Effie from Skins.
Yeah.
And it just looks... Man.
It looks... It's got a look.
Why? Why and who and when did this get approved? Like, it looks fucking...
This had to be what they wanted.
Atrocious.
This had to be what they wanted it to be, though.
To make people buy the DVDs of the old ones and go...
Possibly.
Okay.
Hey, remember those 7 Resident Evil movies we made where it did not, have anything to do with the video games?
Nobody watched them. Nobody liked them. Except the director and his wife. And that stunt woman got extremely badly maimed on it and sued the company out of pretty much everything they were worth. Yeah. So I'm guessing this movie might just be a recoup of losses from the lawyers.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Put in a couple smaller names and chuck in some mid-range CG.
And if you're going to capitalize on anything, do the tall vampire lady that everyone wants to fuck.
Yeah.
Why are you doing the first 2 games again? Why are you... I know the first ones were barely based on the game.
Is it just because they just haven't got it right yet?
How is it so hard to get it right?
This Village is what, the 8th game?
Village is 8. Yeah.
8. So they've nailed 8 games.
Yeah.
But the movies, they can't nail 1.
No.
And it's like, you have so much sauce.
Yeah.
Just make it that.
Just do.
The games are basically cinematic as they are anyway.
Yeah, and that's what happened with the games. Is 5 and 6, like number 4 is spectacular and perfect. 5 and 6 didn't quite reach the hype. Wasn't very good, so they went fuck it, scrapped everything. And number 7 is, you wouldn't even tell it's a Resident Evil.
No.
So why didn't they do that with the movies? Why didn't they just make it a weird horror movie, call it Biohazard?
Yeah.
Right, because that's the Japanese name or whatever, and just say, oh, by the way, it's a Resident Evil movie.
Yeah, people would have been like, okay.
Yeah, people would have been like, okay, can't be worse than the other ones. But but this one, they're like going hard on the Resident Evil. There's like, what's the song? It's a bad song. It's one of those movie trailer songs where they do it all slow and stuff. Oh, it's the fucking Hey Yeah 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 song, the He-Man song.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
But it's like slowed down and something, which is very strange.
Yeah.
It looks fucking appalling.
It's gonna do what we all expect it's gonna do. It's gonna generate some really bad reviews. The Resident Evil community gonna be like,
if anyone watches it at all,
yeah,
I'll be stunned if anyone watches this.
I mean, I'm gonna give it a shot.
I'm not
Gonna give it a shot. But
coming out of this pandemic is the new me. I'm not watching shit movies anymore. I'm sorry. Like,
you're going straight into
unless it's for the extra. Because next week's extra theme, spoiler alert, is going to be bad video game movies.
Yeah.
And one of the Resident Evils is going to be on there. I'm going to look up which one's the worst one.
Alrighty.
But extra's different. It's
Extra's
lower
different.
stakes.
Extra has to be just.
I don't have to leave the house and pay money.
It's easier. The cinema ones, we're going to have a good revamp of the structure.
Oh, God, we have to.
Since the cinemas are back open. Yeah. If they close again, then that might be the end of the show.
I can't do another Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard and then not even do an episode on it because of fucking Gladys.
Yeah, it's all about that.
But yeah, anyway, this looks terrible.
Yeah. So Free Guy's also recorded 300 million in box office sales.
Free Guy's doing well.
Fucking huge.
Free Guy's doing really well. And rightfully so. Man. It's a good movie. It's a fucking fun movie.
I watched it on Disney Plus because it's out there on now.
I'm going to watch it again.
Such a better movie.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I loved it. The way that we watched it.
Yeah.
But clear, crystal HD, my God, better.
Yeah.
You can hear everything.
I can imagine.
Brilliant. No Time to Die's current status at the moment too is rated in over 130 million over the weekend of its release internationally.
Yep.
Also sitting on an 89% Rotten Tomato score.
People are liking it. People are saying it's not perfect. Like it's not without its flaws.
It's a 3-hour Bond movie.
It's better than Spectre. It's better than Quantum, of course. That's not hard to do.
Basically, we've got good signs coming out the gates.
I also haven't spoiled it for myself yet. I didn't read any spoilery reviews because for some reason I care about this. I don't know why I care about it so much.
Everything else, Venom, big thing for the MCU. Fuck that.
It speaks to the strength of how good Casino Royale and Skyfall are that I still care about this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to watch it.
You haven't spoiled Shang-Chi yet for yourself, though, have you?
I have not spoiled Shang-Chi at all.
Next week, son. Next week.
So yeah. It'll probably happen now that I've said that.
Yeah.
I'll fuck up
the day before.
I will fuck it up somehow.
So we've also got our first look at the new Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Yep.
Look at the Autobots and the Terracons. So this is the sequel that we're getting to Bumblebee. That's going to take place in America still. We're going to see the fight of the Autobots, the Beasts, the Terracons, and some other one that I can't remember. But seeing Optimus Primal, it's going to be great as a monkey.
Yep.
Big gorilla.
Yep.
It's going to be great. But the cars we see, so we see a lineup of them all here. The Autobots, we've got like a classic red truck looking, obviously for Optimus. You've got a VW Combi in the back. You've got a Porsche Carrera?
Something.
I don't
remember I remember there was a Skyline.
Yeah. You also had a motorbike and then a yellow Dodge, like Derby type Dodge for Bumblebee. The Terracons, we see 3 of them. We see a pickup truck. Instantly made me think of Mater from Cars. You've also got like a Mad Max style truck.
Yep.
And then you've got a fucking souped up Nissan GTR.
Mm-hmm. But it's still like kind of rusty and like, yeah.
Yeah, it's got its own little things there. So it's good to see that they're not going into like a full souped up, really out there car detail for them all. I mean, obviously this is set in the 80s, I think this one is, the 80s or the 90s. So, I mean, you've got a few supers that you can look at there, but some classic cars, cool.
Yeah. It's not really that important either.
No.
You want to know what they look like
Yeah.
when they're robots.
I want to see the robot
Yeah.
version. I'm so fucking
I want to
excited
see a
for
big
it.
monkey.
So that'll be cool. That's obviously in its production and still being shot.
Not a
Hopefully we
Dodge,
get
by the
that.
way. It's a Chevrolet. Camaro.
Chev, Dodge, fuck, I don't know cars. I did my best.
I believe it's a Z28, but I'm not sure. Don't fact check me.
Fucking
I
hell.
wouldn't have been able to sleep tonight if I didn't say that.
Last little bit, we've also got the reveal of Ethan Hawke's character in his upcoming movie, The Black Phone. This is a new Blumhouse production.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan Hawke has turned his back on his I will not play a villain and is playing a villain.
Yep.
So his character's called The Grabber. Great fucking name. But the character poster is revealing him in this really creepy mask. It's a full half-face mask with a massive smile on it. He's wearing a top hat. He's got this long flowy hair and a full white face paint.
Yep.
Looks creepy. Basically, the story is following a young boy that's been abducted by Ethan Hawke's character and locked in a basement that's stained with the blood of other kidnapped kids, with nothing but an antique phone that's been disconnected. However, at night, it rings with calls from the dead.
Well, he wasn't abducted. He was grabbed. If it was the grabber.
Yeah, he was grabbed.
He was grabbed.
He was grabbed. Jason Blum's also
Makes
stated...
me think of that, the thingy you used to pick up garbage.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
If he doesn't use one of them, I'm going to be so cut.
There better be at least one of those.
But Jason Blum stated that this is one of the creepiest movies Blumhouse has ever done.
Yeah, of course he's going to say
Because
that.
this is coming from the director of Sinister.
Good movie. I like
Great
Sinister.
movie. Again with Ethan Hawke. Great movie.
Was Ethan Hawke in The Purge? He was in one of the Purges, right?
He was in the first one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be keen when that comes out. It's looking good. That's about all the news for the week. So now I think we dive into our main review for the week here now. So, we're here to talk about VHS 19, or not 1994, just VHS 94.
Yeah.
So released 2021. This has 5 directors.
Because it is a Shudder original.
Yes, distributed exclusively by Shudder. So the directors we have, so for Holy Hell, we've got Jennifer Reeder. For Storm Drain, we've got Chloe Okuno. The Empty Wake, we've got Simon Barrett, who also wrote for the first VHS, and he directed another film in the second one. The Subject, you've got Timo Tjahjanto. Don't know, it's a very hard one.
Indonesian.
Yep, Indonesian, but he also directed a movie for the second film as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got Ryan Prose, who did The Terror. The story was done by David Bruckner and Brad Miska. David wrote and directed the first VHS, and Brad Miska worked on all 3 previous films.
Okay.
So you got the guys coming back.
Yep.
To redo this. Runtime of 100 minutes. As I said, this is distributed by Shudder. They got the rights to bring this out. The Rotten Tomato score, very interesting. 95% of the critics.
Okay.
And 63% in the audience.
Yeah, right.
Don't know what the critics saw, but sure. The cast, I don't even have a list because it's just...
There's a lot of people in it.
just a bunch of just
It's an
randoms.
anthology series.
It's an anthology. It's a passion thing. It's not like, hey, we need big names to bring around.
It's not what this is about.
Yep. So this is this serves as a reboot to the VHS franchise. They wanted to try and bring a different direction to the film with creating a bunch of these smaller anthology films that would essentially meet up as one whole narrative through the whole film.
Yeah.
So, Jack, VHS 94, what are your thoughts?
I fucking loved it. I loved 3 out of 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
The Funeral Home one wasn't that good.
Yeah, it was pretty
It
weird.
was a bit of a drag. But fuck me, the last 2, just like everything I love about small budget horror movies, just like charged me so much. And I gave myself the perfect setting too, and this is how you should all watch it. Like late at night last night, in the dark, I had a little bit of a drunk buzz on, and it was just like, I just had the fucking loveliest time with this movie.
Yeah.
It's cheap, it's really cringy, it's like so schlocky and over the top. And like the first 2 are really small and understated, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. And then the third one is just this balls out insane anime movie,
Yeah.
but in real life, and it's just like, oh, I want this for 2 hours, I want this to keep going.
Yeah.
And then the last one is like this incredible, like we'll get into them all later, but the last one is like this really realistic, funny, clever thing with a nice little twist at the end. And I love that first VHS, and yeah, this just totally recaptured that for me. Like I was just so fucking into this, and just
Yep.
like all the little cheap prop gags and stuff. Like, I'm guessing having your eyeballs pulled out is a really cheap and easy stunt to do, because
So you see it everywhere.
happens like
Every-
40 times in this movie.
Every sort of horror movie is going to have an eyeball rip.
God, and if you, there's just so much to look at in this. Like, with each little thing, there's just so much to take in and love and smile about. And yeah, I just fucking love this.
Yeah, fair. I'm okay with this movie. I appreciate it for what it is, because same as you, growing up with the original VHS movies and being on board with the online cult following of these films. I do agree with the same. The funeral home one was a bit bit out of it.
The payoff
other
wasn't
ones.
worth the build up.
Nah, it was probably considering what we had in the other ones, I'd probably say the silliest reveal to it.
Yeah.
But the first
Decent
one was
effects, but yeah.
Yeah, the effects are great in this for something so small budget. And,
And
you know, a bunch of people that are not as recognised in the field in bigger style movies.
Yeah.
But in these smaller things, they really capture what they want to do with it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's rivaling Hereditary.
Oh, yeah. No.
But as far as like the passion of making movies, just giving a couple of directors a bit of money, directors who clearly love horror, who clearly wear their influences on their sleeve, and just go like, oh, finally I have a bit of cash to, you know,
just do something.
Do what I want to do. Yeah, mate. Of course, I can't go and blow shit up too much, but you know, I can do these on the table prosthetic gags or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's just like, you know, that's what people should be doing to young directors, or not even young directors, just unknown directors.
Yeah, just anyone, just to see what they can whip up. You never know, one of those directors could be the next.
Just give it a crack, and horror is such a fun genre to do that in.
Yeah, because you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Because you can just, if you're a bit fucked in the head, and you make a movie like the third movie.
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah, you really got to think about that one.
So we should go through them.
Yeah.
Let's go through them.
So
the overarching one is weak as hell, I think.
So the overarching is called Holy Hell.
Yeah.
Which is the essentially the main narrative of this film here, which is the SWAT team get a tip off about a cult in this warehouse, watching these horrid VHS tapes and succumbing to murders and suicides, whatever it is.
They enter a trance and they kill themselves.
Yeah, so basically once they get into these rooms, these TVs are playing these VHS films, which is entrancing them.
They pull their own eyes out.
To which by the end their eyes are pulled out.
Fucking great set design. I love that tower of old CRT TVs going up in the middle, and just like the lighting in that room is so cool.
Yeah.
It looks fucking great.
Yeah, it's cool the way that they've done. It's just not a gripping sort of thing.
No, it's just like and again the reveal there is just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But at the time, I guess there was a thing. There was probably snuff film tape trading, like before the internet.
100%.
It's kind of unsettling to think about, but the way they did it at the end, some guy just gets his head squashed, and that's kind of it.
It's if anything, it's just an ideal way to make why we're getting shown these short films to make sense.
I was thinking because there's like a little fake ad in at the end of the first one.
Yeah,
and I was like, why do you need the overarching story? Just do that. Just do it as if someone's flicking through a recorded VHS or something. I don't know. Like, I guess you do need a reason for an anthology to exist, but
and the easiest way is just make it a cult.
Yeah, suppose.
And it works.
And set it in the 90s. So you know, so nobody goes, why isn't anyone looking at the internet or whatever?
Yeah, well, the reason they made it in 94 was because that was the year of the video camera. Yeah, that's the reason why it's set in this time.
Mm-hmm.
Video cameras are such a big thing. The internet is just about to become a big thing. Yeah. It's more of a talked about, ooh, I don't know if I'd go on there. That seems a bit weird.
Yeah.
And I'll just stick to my wall telephone.
Yahoo and Geocities and stuff, and that was about it. Ask Jeeves, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, but the next one, so the first main one, which is called Storm Drain.
This one felt super VHS-y because it's like super guerrilla, like shot on video, just a guy in a sewer filming
Yeah.
a woman in a sewer. It's just
Yeah.
like it's so low key and small scale.
Yeah.
And then the end is so ridiculous. It's
Yes.
hilarious.
So the main setup for this first one is basically reporters reporting on a bit of news that has come up on the community seeing a rat man type figure in the drains. And this reporter is now being told, go down the sewers and do a report on it.
Yeah, it feels really realistic too, like because it's like the backwoods, just like redneck town nowhere.
Yeah.
And they try and interview a guy, and he's just like useless. He can
Yeah.
barely talk.
It just
And he's
looks
just like looking at himself. Yeah,
the rat man.
yeah. And it's like, yeah, it looks like the Blair Witch Project because it's
Yeah.
like shot on video, and it's like you get all the story through the two characters interacting. Like,
Yeah.
she's desperate to be like a big hotshot anchor, but she's not.
She's just being sent down in the sewers, and it's
And
like,
yeah.
fucking, this is what I got to do.
And the cameraman's just like, yeah, whatever, I'm just doing my job. He's
Yep.
just like total utility guy.
Yeah, it's just a cameraman.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is what I get paid for.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
I hold the camera.
Yeah. He'll just talk some shit.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yep.
But yeah, the Ratman reveal is insane. It's so insane.
It's a thing because
Again, it's another cult, and you're just like, oh, okay.
yeah, it's a cult with a more sinister fucking end to it though.
Yeah.
Because like it baits you at the start when you see like a hobo that's like covered in gunk, and they're just
Yeah.
like, "Are you the rat man?"
It's like, oh, no,
It's like,
just a,
my name's Bill.
yeah, it's just a dirty man who lives in a sewer. He's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they get captured, and then they get revealed to the real rat man, and it is a sort of a cult following
Yeah.
because they don't say rat man, it's like Rama.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Like it's
misunderstood as
real
Ratman.
name. Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's just a guy in a suit, like, pretty much holding a broomstick with, like, the prop head on the end, and it's not really moving properly. And, like,
Yeah.
he's clearly just shaking it around like that, and it looks fucking
The
wonderful.
mouth has got like the robotic like.
Yeah. And again, it's just, like, the design is
Spewing
so
gunk.
stupid.
It is
And
a really dumb design.
And, like, he vomits on you, and if you don't die or something, you're worthy.
Yeah, something like that.
And then you can get
You
cleaned
can
up,
spread
and then you can spread the Ratman
Yeah.
around, which she does.
Which she does. She gets back to the news cycle.
She,
They
yeah,
rescue her.
she gets her anchor job, and she's
Yep.
like doing heaps well, but then she just keeps saying Ratman every now and then.
And then spits up onto
and
the other
then
guy.
Just like straight out of Scanners, straight out of Reanimator, just like beautiful makeup of a guy with his burning face, peeling it off.
Oh,
It's horrible.
cool.
And
Did
it's just
look
like
cool.
they clearly like smashed an egg on his forehead and then shot because like the pus and stuff is clearly just like egg yolk, and it's like it's horrific, but it's so good.
yeah.
I love that ending.
It's a cool one there.
Like that one's a bit boring, but just for that end.
Yeah, it
alone,
was
I
just the same.
yeah,
Like she
fuck yeah.
stares into the camera and just says, "All hail Rama."
Yeah,
And you're just
then-
like, "Ha, cult."
does the old acid spit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that one.
It's cool.
It was a nice way to ease you into it.
Yeah, it wasn't too over the top,
Yeah.
and it didn't try too hard.
You can't do either of the last two first. Like you
Yeah.
you have to build.
Yeah. So the next one we get is The Empty Wake. This one was done by Simon Barrett.
Yeah.
So this one is simply a woman working at a funeral home is waiting for guests to arrive for this wake of this man who no one thinks is going to come because there's a big storm.
Yeah.
People might get lost. She starts hearing things in the coffin, believing this guy might still be alive, and starts freaking out.
And you can't start with this one because it's a streaming movie. If you start with this, it's boring as fuck. People turn it off. People are not going to keep watching it after this.
Yeah.
This one just like not enough happens.
No.
Like
It goes...
It's not that it's boring. It's just that nothing happens.
Yeah, because it takes its time to have something happen.
Yeah.
And you're not feeling it's into it because it's such a small... Like,
Well,
it's a one-room set.
All it is the body in the coffin is alive. That's it.
Yeah.
A guy comes in and you think he's saying a prayer, but he's probably summoning Satan or whatever.
Cursing something, yeah.
Yeah.
Rise from the
And then,
dead.
when he does rise from the dead, he just kind of... Because it's a static camera, this one. It's not... She picks up a camera every
She's
now
got
and then.
one, and then there's one on a tripod in the
But
back.
it's mostly static camera. And it's just like, okay, fine. It doesn't look great. The effect of the head chopped in half is quite nice.
Yeah, it's all right.
But you don't see it enough.
Yeah, essentially he's just a zombie. He's just
Yeah.
got half a head and who can't see anything. He can just hear. And then
It's kind of it.
just kind of... He catches her and
But then the tornado hits. And
tornado hits and then she gets up
Yeah.
and walks out.
And just walks out the window. And it's very strange.
And that was it.
It feels like it was out of the third movie, like the third VHS movie.
Yeah.
Just like a throwaway one, but...
Yeah, just chucked in. Like someone went, they're like, oh, can you direct? And they're like, yeah.
It's certainly an outlier.
All right,
and it will make me go, if I'm telling people about this movie, I'll be like, yeah, you should really watch VHS 94, but skip the second one.
Yeah. Don't really need it.
It's not great.
Yeah. So after that, we then get The Subject. This was the one by Timo. So this is our Indonesian kawaii Doom style adventure.
Yeah.
This is basically a surgeon in the field of prosthetics is experimenting on people to infuse their body with mechanical operatings, opposed to just like a prosthetic, actually make them work with metal and have like robotic arms or a head or legs or something.
Upgrades, if you
may also call them.
Oh god, this one's so fucking good.
This is a really cool one.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah, so this is all in Indonesian. Yeah. So it's subtitled. But for me, that makes it 3 times better.
It adds so much to it.
Anything foreign, I'm just like, I'm into it now. I don't care what it is. I'm into it.
Yeah, and this one is just like, oh, you want a budget for gore? We'll triple it.
Yeah.
Like, we like what you're doing here. Have 3 times more money to make 3 times more gore. It is insanely violent.
Insanely violent. It's a really fucking cool set.
Yeah, it's also scary. And
the set is brilliant.
And the fact that these people are still alive while all this horrible shit is happening to them. And like, yeah, it starts off with a terrible, like, behind a curtain brain surgery effect, like Saw 3.
Yeah.
But like worse than Saw 3 because it's hidden.
Because he's cutting into the head, but he's so far away from the head. You're like,
it's not
that's
even
not
close.
where the skull is.
And then they've just gotten like some cotton wool with some red dye on it and dabbed it around the circular saw. It's like, okay, there will be a lot more than that. Yeah. And then it starts off like that and you're like, okay, where is this going? And then it does the first person bit and you're like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, I really like what they're doing there. And then the violence starts and you're just like, holy fuck.
Violence kicks
Jesus.
in.
It's so good.
Yeah, so there's 2 patients that he's got now that he's working on that have worked. Upon this, the Jakarta military have been on the search for him because they know who he is doing this shit, because he's just sort of dumping the bodies into a fucking reservoir and it's washing up on the beaches and that. And they break in to obviously fucking put an end to it and save the missing people. But that triggers an alarm system in which it locks all the doors, and he's just like, fuck you want to take my shit away? Good luck getting out. Mad.
You're going to die.
So the main sort of third person view we get of is of the girl in the... she's basically... most of her head has been removed and replaced with a bit of metal.
Yeah. Like down to like here. And it looks so good.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking good.
It's such a whack design. Like it's not conventional what you'd expect.
No, because the guy with the Final Fantasy sword,
he
has 2 big like spotlight cameras on his head and like sticking up like the Doom, the enemies with the rockets on their shoulders.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that, but it was on his head.
Yeah.
And then he has this big Final Fantasy sword
got a big
for an arm.
fantasy sword as an arm.
But yeah, they reveal it perfectly, I think. They dangle it for long enough.
Yeah.
Whereas we were talking about last week with Old, they take fucking 4 hours to reveal the kids and we already knew about it. Yeah. We didn't know what this was going to look like.
No.
But they didn't keep us waiting too long.
Yeah.
But they did enough to like, okay, she's discovering it as well. We're discovering it together. And then, when she looks in the mirror and you finally see that design, you're just like, oh my God,
like, what the
so
fuck?
Good. And then she looks down at a stump and there's a hole for a gun.
Yeah.
So me being the Evil Dead 2 fan, I was just like,
you've got more.
It's either going to be a gun or a chainsaw.
Yeah.
If it's a chainsaw, I'm going to fucking lose my shit. But I was still pretty happy with the gun.
The gun was cool.
It's like a big M16 too. Like it's not a small gun. It's so good. So
she gets her upgrades there. It's just a whole bunch of fucking killing.
Crazy violence. Like we can't even describe the violence.
It
genuinely shocks me.
It's what you would expect from a movie like this.
Yeah,
for its violence.
That's what you watch these kind of movies for.
Yeah,
like,
it's not. It's just way out there.
It's not clever.
No. You know this is part of an anthology. And you go, all right, I get it. I'll take it as it is.
Turn your brain off. Have another sip of your bev.
Yeah, and
just fucking enjoy it. And there's like she sees another patient on a table, and like the detail in that prosthetic is really
Yeah.
nice because she's all held open and there's like bits, like some of it's like rammed up in her, and you can see some skin like mashed up, like up around here because he's clearly just rammed it in. And then there's stuff where he's like actually infused it. And I'm like, man, they spent a lot of time on that.
They did really
that
good
effect, and you know, you see it for a fair bit, but it's not important.
Nah.
You know, like, but still, that much love went into it, and it's just fuck.
Yep, a lot of love for
movies.
it. And it came to its end of fucking them all basically just dying anyway.
Yeah, they all die.
And you just go,
Nobody gets out.
fuck yeah.
And then she kind of stumbles away towards the end, sort of. She's like, she's all right.
Yeah.
I love that, like, they did the camera battery as a health bar. Like,
Yeah.
Like, it just felt more like a video game. It's
Yeah,
like,
really
it's
did.
straight up, in a lot of parts, it looks like Doom 3.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the environment looks like Doom 3 and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah,
lovely
I'd
time.
say this is one of those video
It's
games.
a very lovely time.
Very lovely time. And then we get our final short called The Terror. This one was directed by Ryan Prowse. So The Terror is basically a group of
extremist,
racist, militant white American men.
Yep. You know the type.
Looking to cleanse America of its evil and rebuild, but they're also looking to break into a bank of some sort or a police headquarters or something.
Yeah.
They're a well cornered off what's it called, like site where
Farm,
they live,
yeah.
farmish area, where they're shooting a person,
the same person
again. Multiple times, and
nice
obviously trying to devise some sort of plan.
Yeah. This one is so realistic. Like, if you've ever seen... I really like this one. Like, I fucking love this one.
It's really cool.
Because if you've ever seen, like, footage of, like, a serial killer or whatever filming themselves, or, like, any of these terror groups, racist groups, filming themselves, it is like this. They think they're, like, superheroes. They think they're doing something super important. And the actors in this one are fantastic. They play it so well, especially the leader guy.
Yeah.
Because he's clearly the dumbest person on earth.
Without a
right?
doubt.
But what he thinks he's doing is so important. He's like, I'm holier than thou. Like, that we have to do this. This is God's plan and stuff. But he's just the dumbest, like, you know, light bulb installing technician.
Yeah.
Like, and it's so realistic. And the way it's shot and the way it's acted, just so realistic. And
yeah, and then you give it a twist in it as well, because you're not sure, like, what the mystery is on this film.
Yeah.
You're like, so where's this going?
Yeah, because
What's
like
happening here?
they get weapons delivered, and you're like, oh, is it just? It can't just be they're going to storm a building or something.
Yeah,
it can't just be that. And you know, the same guy getting shot over and over has to mean something.
Yeah, you're just like, what's going here?
Has to go somewhere.
What's happening here?
And then they get drunk, of course, and go and fuck with him or whatever, and it's revealed that there's a vampire in there.
Yeah, he's a vampire.
And vampire blood not only reacts to sunlight, but violently explodes in sunlight.
Yeah, so they did
which is
test.
a really cool twist. I was so giddy when they
because just before that, they did the test on a bunny.
Yeah.
And they extracted some of his blood and injected it into a bunny, and they were like, fucking quick, back up, the sun's coming up.
Yeah.
And then the sun comes up, bunny explodes, and you're like, the fuck's happening here?
It's like a giant explosion.
Yeah.
So it's so funny.
And then shortly after, you get the reveal of it being a vampire, and you're like, okay, no worries.
Yeah.
And then, drunkenness turns into forgetfulness, and vampires fucking having a nice old time.
Yeah, and they're so prepared for anything. They're like, this mission's so important, so important. The first thing that goes wrong, they all fucking panic. Like, a guy jumps on the minigun, doesn't know how to use it, and just kills all his mates.
Yeah.
It's just like...
So the leader has to pop him in the head. It's the only way he can stop him.
Because the whole time, you're just like, oh, man, this is a really well put together militant team, you know. But they're not. They're just the dumbest, drunkest people in the world.
Yep.
And... yeah, the first sign of something going wrong,
it's guns
mows them all down. Yeah. Oh man, it's beautiful. The design of the vampire is a bit weird.
It's a weirder one because he's
like,
got like a full half face down to the neck and then just like splits open.
It's like the blade mouth, but it goes it
goes a lot further down.
And also he's in a 3-piece suit.
Yeah,
he's like a 3-piece businessman suit man.
Yeah, really weird.
Okay. That's not explained at all.
No. That's the vampire.
But yeah,
that's what it is.
The guy who keeps dying is like he's getting the, I don't know where that, like, why does he have the blood in him? Because that's not the vampire, is it?
No, it is. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I thought it was different.
No,
I thought it was just another random dude.
No, it's just transformed because obviously this guy just keeps regenerating and coming back.
I was just like, oh, is the vampire doing something to him? But no, he just is the vampire.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was,
that makes
it
more
was just a
sense.
vampire. Yeah, basically just kills them all and happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, and then he kills himself.
He kills himself, which blows up the whole barn.
Yeah.
And everyone else in it.
Yeah. It's like a nice Indiana Jones moment with the sunlight coming through the window.
Oh, cool.
And he just goes...
Yeah.
So cool. I like the set design of that barn too with all the crosses. Just
yeah.
Like,
yeah, that big reveal when he turns all the things on, you see the crosses are just like labelled everywhere and you're like, fuck.
And that,
really into it.
Yeah, it's presuming that's what's like keeping the vampire at bay, but then he just doesn't give a shit about him at all.
It's just like, man, you guys read too many books.
I'm still going to kill you. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I really like that one as well.
It was a really
But
cool
obviously
one.
the third one is the best one. It's fucking
without a doubt.
Unreal.
Without a doubt. So then, that brings you around to the end of Holy Hell's episode of the whole SWAT team have been led here due to two of their members being the leaders of this cult.
Yep.
To drag them all here and being like, fucking hey, you've been part of our new movie. Well, the last guy is tied to a chair and they're like, yeah, sweet. So yeah, we did it.
Yep.
That's mad.
Yep.
And now we're going to kill you. So they bash him with a video camera to a bloody pulp.
Yep.
And then they go, this could be our best film yet. And what do we call it?
The VHS pops up. It's a nice squashed head. It's a very nice squashed head. Looks really good.
It's cool.
Like it looks genuinely squashed.
It's cool. Yeah, but that's it. Movie ends there. We get the little come around there by the end of it. You just kind of have to give it something by the end of it to bring this all together.
Yeah,
because it's not like something like the ABCs of Death where it's just you're going through the alphabet. You don't have to have an overarching system in place for it.
I genuinely wonder what it would be like without an overarching story, though, if it was just a bunch of short films.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Be strange.
I don't know how you'd transition the two.
Yeah.
And, like, one of my problems with it, in all of the movies, because obviously you can't have a VHS just running, showing every step of everything, so they just do too many, like, cuts, like, and it's explained away as, they're VHSs skip around all the time. It's just like, they relied on that a bit too heavily to get from point to point.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's where you start to see the budget a little bit. But, you know, it's a small gripe. It's me being a fucking sweaty nerd. So
it's all right. You got what you got. It's a decent little film.
It's fun. It's really fun.
It's fun.
If you want a fun movie, it's just fun.
Don't be careful if you're not aware of the VHS franchise. Just be aware going for the first time into this. You won't really understand what it is to begin with.
Nah.
Look into it because it may not be what you're trying to look for as a film. It is a different acquired taste for certain audiences. Not something that everyone's going to enjoy.
Yeah, I don't know how I would have felt about it if I didn't love the first VHS so much. Like, obviously, that's a big part of it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I can't speak for someone going in blind.
But hey, that's it. It is streaming on Shudder, the horror streaming platform with all exclusive horror shit. So you can go watch it on there. And yeah, there could be a sequel in the works. I said, depending how this goes, they have ideas for a future.
Yeah, easy to make.
Yeah, you just got a bunch of different people to make it, and you're all good to go. All right, so let's round out the night with some questions from you and myself, because everyone else decided to take the night off.
Yeah, it's fine.
Doesn't matter. So we go with yours first. Worst or most frustrating thing about doing the podcast?
Yeah, what's yours? What's your least favorite bit of doing this?
Just the uploading and editing process.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's the shit part.
Yeah, I hate being quoted myself to me later. Like, especially like when you're talking in the moment, it's really hard to say everything you want to say.
Yeah.
And like if you fluff one line or something, that's it. It's there.
Yeah, because we're completely unscripted.
Yeah, exactly.
We just come in this just going natural. What
and
we say is what we say.
So like, you know, like 6 days after you've recorded, someone will pop up in your DMs and be like, well, what have you got against forklift drivers? And you're like, fucking what? I've been at what? Where is this coming from? And then they have to explain it, you know, like the fucking, the one that sticks out is the 69 thing. We were talking about 69.
Yeah.
And I said, and I started saying, I didn't say it. I started saying, I don't know anyone who is 69. And then I like stopped myself and said, like, you know, I haven't talked about it with anyone, right?
Yeah.
But not fucking straight away. Everyone's just like, oh, it's the gun who doesn't know what's 69. Oh, no one's ever 69 in Jackswell. It's just like, okay, I guess this is my life now. And then fucking, yeah, just like,
Oh,
God. And just like, you know, like when we were talking about anything can be a joke, you know. I
Yeah.
went on this 10-minute rant about how righteous I am for making any joke. But I didn't say like, yeah, people are allowed to be offended. I didn't say that once. I believe and I think of that, but I didn't say it. So like
Yeah.
I'm just up on this platform going, bow to me while I piss on you, and didn't say the other side. And then you watch it back later and you're just like, you know, it's like when you're in the shower after an argument, but the argument happened 45 minutes ago and you finally think of a good comeback and you're like, should I start the argument
like,
again?
how do I get back to this?
Yeah, so I can use it and just be like, one more thing. No.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
No, that's fair. I think about it all the time.
But yeah, just
usually
like,
more just about like in the movie itself. When I listen back, I'm like, I had something else I wanted to talk about in this movie, and then I'm like, fuck, well, I can't go back and like add it in as an added extra.
Yeah.
But no, I get.
Like, it's
I get you.
Yeah. It's a natural conversation in the moment. It's live.
That's what we are. We're live and unscripted.
You know,
things are going to happen.
Sometimes you're not going to say the right thing or say all the right things, or
Stop dropping in Jack's DMs. Drop in mine instead, because no one hits me up about anything.
Yeah, just tell Adam he's a fuckwit.
Tell me.
I know I'm a fuckwit. I don't need to hear it every week.
I'll debate you over it. Don't you worry. And then you also asked, what would it take for Adam to skip a movie for the week?
Yeah. What genuinely, what would make you go, okay, like the Monster Hunter live stream we did, I couldn't see it because we didn't have time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to see Venom 2.
What?
Yeah, no. We'll do the same as Monster Hunter for that episode. I'm
me.
not going to see Venom 2. I've seen the post-credits scene.
But it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. I don't need to see the movie. That's
God.
why I was going to go. I don't need to watch Venom 2. I know exactly what it is.
Okay, well, I'm still seeing it 3 times.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Fuck you.
We'll still do an episode. I'll just guess.
Um,
But I want to know what will it take to make you do that? What is something like I can't imagine if I did The Lighthouse for You Like That Extra, you would not sit down and watch The Lighthouse.
Yes, I would. I want to watch it.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. I want to watch that movie.
Trying to think of movies you just wouldn't watch.
Cuzzy, I would watch any movie.
I think you would just watch anything.
I will watch anything. I'm that invested in the movies where I will just watch anything.
Oh, man.
If I have to, I will. I'll just watch it. So in terms of skipping something, it would have to be like...
Purely time constraint or...
No, it'd be more like a fucking emergency.
Yeah, right.
Like a family emergency or...
But I can't make jokes about that.
Yeah, exactly.
You can make jokes about me not wanting to see Venom 2.
That's fine, we can. No, but it would either I just literally could not find the time to do it, but I've always got time available to do it.
Yeah.
Make it work anyway. But it doesn't matter what the movie would be. I'd still fucking see it anyway. Because we need the content.
I appreciate that.
But I don't know. I care too much for wanting to always do this show. So I just want to always make sure that there's
I always turn
out.
up, but I'm not...
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to see everything.
Yeah, I'm not saying like that, but I'm just like, I just want there to be something. So I want to watch something and then be able to talk about it.
Yeah. And it does make you watch new shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm liking the extra.
Yeah.
Is being able to watch so many movies that I haven't seen. And I'm like...
Yeah, like my two favorite movies of the year, I don't think I would have seen without this podcast. Like The Dry and My Son or Boy. Like I wouldn't have watched those without this. So, exactly. It's a good opportunity to do stuff like that. So
we've done good on that one there.
But also, I don't want to watch Venom.
Fine, I'm going to tell you all about it. All right, let's jump into my quirky questions of the week. What would you name your boat if you had one?
I don't know. Maybe just like the SSRs. Instead of SSRs. There's a house I deliver to all the time, and he's got this fuck off big boat out the front, and it's called Frantic, and it just makes me think of the Metallica song every time I'm there. And just like it gets stuck in my head all the time. It's like, why are you calling it? It's this big. It's not a fast boat.
Yeah.
Why is he calling it Frantic? What are you doing frantically on there?
This is slowly cruising along.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been on a boat, I don't think. At least not in adult memory. So I don't know why I would have a boat, but I think I would call it the SSRs.
The SSRs. Sounds good.
Yours be the Rusty Anchor.
The Rusty Anchor is a fucking beautiful
That's
one.
Pretty good.
The Rusty Anchor. Long John Anchor. Anchor these balls. Anchor these nuts.
Okay. It's pretty good.
Could be one as well.
It's got to have anchor in the word there,
It's
right?
got to have anchor in the word somewhere in there.
That's fair.
What ridiculous thing has someone tricked you into doing or believing?
Doing nothing because I don't do things I don't want to do.
Yep.
Like,
Fair.
I love saying no.
Yeah.
I'm 28 years old. I'm going to say no to things. I don't give a fuck. Believing? Fuck. I've probably believed so much stupid shit.
Yeah.
I gave money to Coney 2012.
So did I. Yeah. Don't get me started because my sister's fucking bringing up all the time.
I think I donated $20.
I bought the starter pack.
Oh, really? You went that
posters
far?
And everything.
Oh, man. I just chucked some money in.
Yeah, no, I was prepared to go fucking put posters up everywhere, and then I got told how much of a fucking gullible dickhead I was.
That's a big one for me.
Yeah, I look down at that and go, fuck. Good thing was mum paid for it, I didn't. Something like that. But also, I had a primary school friend that he was just that guy that just talked a lot of shit, and you would just believe it because he was so young. So there was a time when we were playing. It was one of the WWE games on PlayStation, and he was like, there's a code you can get that if you put it in, the Undertaker walks out to Why Can't We Be Friends song. Mm-hmm. And I thought, that'd be fucking mad, and he kept trying to do it, and he's like, it's just not working. Must have got the wrong code. And I'm like, that sucks. I really wanted to see that. And I remember trying to look it up myself, and there was absolutely nothing.
Cheekheadcentral.com.
Yep.
Cheapplanet.com.
Yep.
Early days of dial-up, baby.
Fuck, I miss those sites so bad.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
Absolutely destroy the family PC because they were the most unstable websites in the world, and the ads that would just pop up.
Yep.
Mate.
Yep. What's your back in my day moment?
Oh, fucking... Have you heard me talk about the 90s? I was a child in the 90s. I don't remember the 90s, but I still talk about it so fondly. No, mine's all new metal and that era of early metalcore and stuff. For me personally, that's all. Music was better back then, man. Music was better. Don't care. None of this.
It was the thing. Back in my day, I'd be outside until like 6 o'clock every night.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just like, you're such a gamer in that. I'm like all you did as a kid was play games, and I'm like, I don't think you fucking knew me as a kid.
Our parents did not give a fuck about us. Hey, like we would just go out after dinner in the dark.
Back in my day,
push bikes, no helmets, bombing hills. Like we wouldn't get home till super late at night.
Yeah,
never questioned
all the time.
Like
never anything to worry about.
I think because she knew we weren't drinking, she was just like, you're either at a house playing Call of Duty or like just bombing hills on a push bike somewhere in pitch black with no helmet.
Generally, that's what it
but
was.
It's just that's just what we did every fucking night. Man.
I walked everywhere.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Nighttime, everything up until I had my P's.
Yeah.
You just had to do it
you
like that.
You didn't have the choice.
It was great. God, I miss climbing trees.
Oh, mate.
Ever climbed a good tree?
I probably couldn't anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to anymore. Too many bad things up there, and plus my knee. Think about that landing. If you built a themed hotel, what would the theme be, and how would the rooms look?
I don't know.
Surely it'd be horror themed of some sort.
Yeah, probably. That's not funny though, is it? Everyone knows that I'm going to say that. Yeah, it would just be alright. Fine. It would be my favorite horror movies.
Yeah.
Fine.
Room.
There'd be a Saw room in there somewhere out of respect for Saw.
Yeah, I'd want to go classic. Let's go classic 90s porn sets.
Okay, it's pretty good.
So I'd want to have I'd want it to look so sleazy but so like clean, so like people would want to come here.
Yeah.
And every room would just be like, I want to have that classic like fucking like, and this is the leopard spot room where everything's in fucking leopard and cheetah print.
Yeah.
And then this is the fucking this is the Barbados summer house.
Yeah.
Fucking room.
This is the Warrawong Westfield Food Court.
Yeah. And that'd be a good one. Like the old Warrawong
Dream destination, mate. Yep. Old fellas playing chess out the front. Mate.
I'd have to get that
unstoppable
massive chess set.
Yeah.
The big one there. But yeah, classic porn rooms would be great.
Yeah, right. It's pretty good.
I wouldn't want to be the
one.
Mine
would just look like an escape room, wouldn't it? Like horror movie rooms.
But you'd want to feel so comfortable that you can sleep.
But there'd be a nice bed there somewhere. I value a good bed.
Yeah. But you'd want to have, if you're doing horror, you'd want there to be like some little mechanical thing that would go off in each room at the
Jump
middle of the night.
scares during the night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Just
hell.
to give that experience, I think people would really like
I
that.
think my business would go under quite quickly.
Yeah, a lot of ambulance calls for heart attack victims.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever think that humans will ever be able to live together in harmony?
No. Fuck no.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Not a chance.
Jesus Christ. You can't blow your nose a certain way these days. You just can't.
Yeah.
No, we're doomed forever. It doesn't matter because the sun's going to swallow us in about 6 years anyway. But
Yeah.
if we survive this summer, we don't have many left. So
The human race is too different.
Doesn't fucking matter.
There's too much religion in the world.
Money talks, and if you don't have money
Money talks.
it doesn't matter who you vote for. It's just
yeah.
whoever's filling the pockets, baby.
Yeah, it's like when
Who's
people
got them stacks?
It's like when people also say, "Oh, do you actually believe there's a cure for cancer?" And I'm like, yeah. You know
I
how
don't believe that.
expensive that would be? Like how much of a money grab the cancer industry is?
Yeah.
I think someone's just going to give away the cure for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not saying that in that's the way it should be,
yeah.
but that's the way that money talks.
Yeah.
Imagine how many fucking big hospitals and drug companies are put out because of, there's now just a cure for cancer.
But I think that's a money-making opportunity.
I know. I also think that as well. But I'm just saying, I do think that there is something out there for it.
Yeah, maybe.
And that I think like the chemotherapy and that's the base,
keeps you sick, keeps you in hospital.
It's got that small strike rate of it would work.
Tale as old as time.
Exactly.
But no, we're all doomed. It's either the environment or each other. I think the environment will kill us first, but I don't know. We're doing a pretty good job as human beings, giving it a red hot crack at each other. Yeah,
everyone's just sort of like, you got to really care for the planet, and it's like, do you think the planet cares for us?
No, God.
I think the planet will be much happier when we're gone.
Yeah, fucking oath. If we started caring for it 40 years ago, maybe, and we're in a better spot now. You can't do it in 2021. Fuck! I had a good joke. It's gone. Fuck. You can, and there's another extreme to it too. Not everyone on Earth can be like us and just not give a fuck about anything. Yeah. Because then nothing gets done and the world just falls into disrepair anyway.
Yeah.
But do your own thing. Who gives a fuck?
Do your own thing. You'd be right.
The sun's gonna kill us all.
What brand are you most loyal to? Are you loyalist to anyone?
I think we've had this question before, and my answer was Suzuki. Because my entire family has
possibly.
had...
Maybe we have.
There's 5 people in our family. We've had 8 Swifts total so far. That or Apple, because I know I've got a whatever laptop this is, but in terms of phones...
We're comparing a $2,000 minimum grade fucking Apple Mac for a fucking $400 Lenovo ThinkPad.
Yeah, in terms of phones, I'll always have an iPhone.
Yeah, I'll always have the iPhone as well.
Once you've buried your toes into that sand... It's just like, well, everything's here. All my accounts and stuff are linked to it. Just fine.
I'm sorry, but I've had the Androids and I've only ever had nothing but issues with Androids.
Yeah, my S5 was the biggest piece of shit I've ever owned.
And I'm like, I've been through, and everyone's like, oh, you had one phone. I'm like, no. I've been through HTC, Samsung, fucking Sony Ericsson. I've been through them all multiple times. None of them are fucking good.
Yeah.
And then every time Brooks goes, oh, my phone's being weird, I'm like, Android. She's like, shut up.
Yeah, we've definitely had this question before.
Yeah.
Because I was about to make a joke about Pepsi Max, and I was like, I swear, it feels like deja vu.
Yeah, probably. All right, one that we definitely haven't had. If you had a HUD, heads-up display, that showed 3 stats of people you looked at, what would those 3 stats be?
So I'm seeing their stats.
Yep, so you're seeing someone, and you got a heads-up display that shows 3 stats. What would those 3 stats be?
Oh, interesting. I don't know. What am I most interested in about people? Because it's just a stat, right? It's just a bar. Yeah, it can't be like text. Because I will want to know what they're thinking of me as they look at me.
I'll change it for it can either be a stat of something or it can be a text of a bit of information.
I want it to be just like a single sentence of what they first think when they look at me. So just walking through town, just like a bunch of people going, fuck me. Look at that cunt's head. I think I've seen him on the internet, just like going through. Stats wise, I don't know. Maybe just see how close they are to a poo. Because if they're walking with heaps of urgency and I look and that bar's going, ding, 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 I'm like, oh, you poor cunt. Like, I'll get out of the way extra quick, Like,
That'd be a good bar to
like
see.
making way for an old person or a woman and child. Like, I would get out of the way of someone
Yeah.
who needs to shoot real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just like, I don't know, what? Because I'm interested in other people's lives, but I don't know how to boil it down to something. Like, I want to know what their mood is. I want to know how fucking done with that day they are.
Yeah, a mood bar could be good.
If you see someone at 7:55 a.m.
Yeah.
and their mood bar is already 0, you're just like, oh, fuck, mate, I'm sorry. Like,
yeah,
the next 9 hours ahead of you.
If you're one of those customers that comes into my work at 6 a.m. and go, hey, mate, how you going? And I look at him going, mate, it's 6 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, one would
Don't
definitely
fucking
be
ask me,
like
cunt.
IQ or something, intelligence level.
Yeah.
Because especially if it's a customer, you're just like, fucking, I can talk to this person however I want.
Yeah, maybe also a meter showing how offended they would be
Yeah,
on
that's pretty
anything,
good.
like what their offensive
Offense
bar
level?
is. Yeah, an offensive level.
Yeah,
Just so
pretty
you
good.
know, you got going into it, where to fucking tread the water.
yeah. Just like, easy. Oh,
Yeah.
Siri's
Siri's
joining the
fucking
party.
trying to listen in. I don't want a Siri bar on there. Yeah, maybe even just like a fucking health bar in general.
Yeah,
Just how good are you looking, really?
yeah.
How good are your internals?
Yep.
I don't know. It'd be a cool little thing to have. What naps are the most satisfying?
None, unfortunately. I'm one of those people who gets very badly affected by a nap.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have to force myself. Like, even today, I felt myself drifting off, and I was just like, I just have to, like, hold myself up by the cheek.
Yeah.
Because I will just feel like fucking shit. It doesn't matter how long I nap for. I know I live in a house of infamous nappers. You two are very famous nappers.
Yeah, Brooke napped from
Yeah.
3 till fucking 6 before.
Yeah, I
and
can't.
I told her it would happen.
Yeah, it hurts when I nap.
Oh, it's fair. Naps are a very quiet thing, and they're not. For some, they're a good thing to recharge the body quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Others, it's fuck.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna get to sleep.
I'm going to be walking through syrup for the rest of the day. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I love my naps. Always love them. Unless I have one, and the next day I know I have to go to bed early,
Yeah.
and I'm like, fuck, I fucked it. God damn it.
Nothing will
This
keep you
sucks.
awake like knowing you have to be asleep.
Yeah.
Like when you see that fucking alarm looming and you're just like, oh no. You do that maths in your head, you're like, fuck it, Doctors recommend 8 hours. I'm only going to get 5 at this. Oh no, that's not enough.
Fucking basically, I just fucking live off 5 the way I go. I wonder why I don't want to be at work.
Yeah. I think I go to bed at 7 o'clock every night.
Yeah, last one from me. If you owned a restaurant, what food would you serve, or would you be themed?
I would just serve good food. I don't think I would do
Just
a
mix it
themed
up,
one.
just everything.
Yeah. Just like good steaks and burgies and stuff.
Mm.
Always have a snitty option.
Always have to have a
Because
shitty
I went
option.
to Nardi's and I was looking through all these nice Italian pastas and shit. And I was like, all right, there's a market for that, right? I get it.
Yeah.
I get adults like this sort of stuff. I went down to the kids' meal. There was a small schnitzel and chips, and I said, I'll have that, thank you. And they said, where is the child at this table? And I went, and she was very hesitant to give it to me, but I got it in the end.
Hey, the adult schnitzel is fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like that's
But
what
I had
I
an
get.
Italian name, so I couldn't find it. So I was like, fuck it, whatever the one that says schnitzel
I
is.
figured, yeah, because they make it. That's the one thing I hate about Nardi's. And like, come on, I know you want it to be authentic. I'm like, you're shit for one.
This is clearly microwave
like, these are
carbonara.
not that good. For two, don't make your menus Italian.
I fucking hate
Because I can
Nardi's.
promise you,
Yeah.
Italians aren't coming here to
It
eat.
sucks because my mum fucking loves that place. So we
So
go
does
there
Brooke.
at least twice a year, and I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
miserable. I
Go
hate
for the
that place.
go for the fucking the big family dinners there, and I'm just like, there's better options out there.
Point me to the kids' menu, baby. But yeah, I'm not creative enough to think of a theme.
Yeah,
Even like Hog's Breath is like loosely themed. It's just like our theme is there's a bunch of shit up on the walls. Have your curly fries and shut up.
yeah.
But I don't like a 50s diner or anything. I don't know.
Nah.
I just want good food.
Yeah, I would do a mix as well. Just a bit of everything, just to cater to as many people as you can, really.
Yeah.
Because if you box yourself into a target demographic, then you're losing out elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you're too niche, and it's like,
Market to everyone.
fuck.
Market
Market
to
to everyone. A lot of barbecue would happen at mine though. Oh
Yeah.
god, that barbecue menu would be the outstanding performer out of the rest.
Fuck no.
There'd be a massive dino nuggy corner for kids and for adults, so you don't have to segregate it.
You just order a platter of them. They just put it
Oh
in the middle.
my god, it would be the
pick away
most
at 'em.
gorgeous platter.
Yeah, fucking hell.
I would bring it out like they were living as dinosaurs. So it would be a full setting. The leaves, like lettuce leaves as your fucking like hillies, and then a little bit of like a bowl of water.
Yeah.
To represent the lake that they would be in. And then
you lost me a little bit there. I was on board until a bowl of water. Like a dog.
Look, Dino Nuggies will be there, and then you throw a meatball at it to represent the meteor crashing to Earth.
That's the waiter comes out, lays everything out, and then like you think he's walking away, but he turns around, just goes, and just fucking drenches the table.
That's the experience from my restaurant.
Yeah.
That's what you need
God,
to get to leave covered in meatball sauce.
But you're not warned. You're not warned at all, so you don't get a nice bib or anything.
There's no warning when you order
just fucks up Mum's Sunday best.
When you order the dino platter, there's no small print that says beware. The dinosaurs are set to be extinct 5 minutes after you order your meal.
When you order it, they're like, have you ever seen The Land Before Time? And you're like, oh, what a strange question that way. You're like, boom.
Remember how that series ended?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't? Let me remind you real quick. Done. That's trademark. Don't fucking steal my ideas.
asked one last question, but I accidentally asked it on the podcast account, so it didn't turn up.
Yep.
When's in like a job interview or something, or like just meeting new people. If someone says, "What's a fun fact about you?" What's your go-to?
Fuck.
Because now mine's changed. Now mine is now I do a podcast. So I probably wouldn't say that at a job interview because like. They're like, oh, I'll go check it out before I call these references, and it's me going, come, dick, shit, poo. You know, that should be our Insta bio. come, dick.
I'll change it for a day, just see what happens.
Just see if anyone notices. But I guess mine now is, I do a podcast. Or I have IBS. Where is the bathroom, please?
Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, shit. Fun fact that I could just say the podcast. I could say... I have a song that has 1 million streams.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'll be like, oh, how'd that happen? I don't know.
Yeah. You'd be like,
Spotify took pity on us.
Yeah, I collect shit. You could even do that. Just like, I collect things.
I'd go, have you heard of a little show called The Power Rangers?
Yeah. And if they say no, you just turn. Just not working here.
Pretty much. I'd just be like, I'm a collector.
Yeah.
Collect things.
Yeah.
Basically.
I
just hate it.
I'd be like, I own maybe 3 things. Maybe.
Be like, do you have children? They'd be like, yes. I'd be like, they're not welcome in my room. Why is that? It's their paradise.
They're not welcome in mine because they'd be fucking bored. Nothing in there.
So, you like my flag? Good flag, isn't it?
Yeah.
They'd be like, I don't know what it says.
We don't have an ironing board. It's all folded up. So, like, you can't really notice what the flag is.
Yeah, much like my new rug.
Yeah.
It'll flatten itself out.
It's on the floor anyway, so...
Yeah, you guys can't see it, but it's Jurassic Park. Go on my Instagram. You'll see it there. It's gorgeous. Yeah, okay. That's the show.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the show done. Questions done. As I said, we're back at the cinemas next week, so we can start bringing in the real new shit.
Do they open on Monday?
Yes. On the 11th, they are open.
That's good news.
So, next week, we shall be returning and doing Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
2 months late to that one, but fucking hey, we've held out, and I'm very excited to see it.
I can't fucking believe I've made it this far.
I know.
Without it spoiling.
Very hard, because it is a tie-in for the MCU. It's
amazing. I know everything about a Spider-Man movie that hasn't come out yet. But somehow don't know anything about Shang-Chi.
Every little thing, but hey, that's it. Guys, so if you stuck around with us here, thanks for sticking around, checking us out. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff to help us out. If you're listening to us anywhere, Spotify, iTunes, wherever, chuck us a rating or just a review, whatever they do on their sites. If you want any merch, you like that podcast.store, get yourself something nice. Our description below will have a link tree. Will take you to everywhere we're available on the internet because we're spread like a virus. So you can find us there. We also do a midweek review. It's called You Like That Extra, where we do a deep dive on a movie of older proportions, generations, where we let you guys choose what that movie is. We give you a selection, where if you want to vote on that, go over to our Instagram. As said, link in the bio for that there. We usually theme it around something.
We're in the middle of a 2 good movie run.
Mm-hmm.
So the week after that, we'll bring it back down to the level everyone likes and do a really bad movie.
Last episode we just did Logan. We reviewed that.
Extremely good movie.
And next week we are doing
Rian Johnson's Looper. I believe it was his last movie before The Last Jedi. Don't quote me on that, but I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll find out, and you like that extra when I actually did the research.
Find out on that one.
Write up the script.
We release You Like That Extra every Thursday, YouTube and all audio platforms. And this main show you get on a Sunday for your audios and Tuesdays for your videos. So, in saying that, guys, thanks for sticking around. You've been joined with me. My name is Adam, and I've been one half of You Like That podcast.
My name's Jack. I'm the other half of the You Like That podcast.
And we'll see you all guys next week.
Bye.